Hello YouTube. Tonight I'll present you a knife that I really like, and that is made in Europe, in Norway, by Helle. The knife is Helle Sigmund and is a traditional knife of the North people. I will cover really quick the specs. The weight of the knife is about 94 grams. The blade is made of stainless steel, triple laminated. The blade is 3 millimeters wide, 107 millimeters long. The handle is also 107 millimeters long. It's made of beech, leather and oak. The sheath is made of leather, and that being said, I will show you why I like very much this knife. First of all, the sheath. The sheath is very nice, very well made. The shape is a little uncommon. The sheath has a loop for carrying around your belt. A loop that is consistent, and a good point for it is that the loop, which is also the dangler of the knife, can be orientated in many positions, and I think that the knife could be carried horizontally on the belt, because the loop of the sheath had a very good retention due to this snap. The sheath is very beautiful, not only by the shape, but I don't know if you can see by the images that are engraved on the front. We have the name of the country, Norway. We have Fjellkniven, and also we have an image, I think you can see it, a moose head in a coniferous wood with the mountains in the back, and also a very beautiful stylized leaf. So the sheath, as I said, is leather, good leather, not very thick. Is enough supple. The retention of the knife is made only by friction. There is no other safety feature when the knife is in the sheath, but due to the sheath and also to the leather that is in the handle, that is put in the handle, the knife stays very well in the sheath, and there is not any danger to lose it. Enough with the sheath. Let's talk about the knife. The shape of the blade is very similar to the Mora knife, probably because it's the traditional blade shape in the north, Scandinavian people. Uh, as I said, the steel is stainless and is triple laminated. What I mean is that in the middle and the center of the blade we have steel that is strong but also friable, and that's why they laminated, and the pieces of steel that are on side and the other side are a steel that is not so hard, a steel that is more malleable, more soft, and in combination the blade uh, will not break. We have a very good blade that retain the sharpness very good, and uh, the blade is very good at working in the wood and with other materials. But that procedure has a big disadvantage in my opinion, and what I mean is we cannot use the back of the knife to spark a ferro rod, because if we do so, we use metal on metal and we risk to crack open the blade, and that is not something that we desire. Uh, the back of the blade is rounded. We cannot scrape fat wood. We cannot scrape with it the ferrocerium rod. That's the reason why we do not have on the sheath that loop to carry a ferrocerium. We have a Scandi grind, not very tall, but a very strong one. The blade is rat tang. We can see here the tang that is very thin in comparable with the blade, the width of the blade, and that's another minus as a bushcraft knife, because you cannot baton with it very large pieces of wood. That's because we have only a rat tang, and the other thing is that the handle is not in one piece. We have beech and beech, leather, oak, leather, oak, leather, oak, and so on. The handle is made from a number of various pieces of wood and leather. That makes it not very resistant to the pressure and the stress caused by batoning. So I baton with it, but only small pieces of wood, and the knife can do a good job, but we cannot baton very large pieces of wood. The blade is sharpened by hand. The handle is made by hand. The handle is very warm to the touch. We don't have any contact with the tang, with the metal, and that means that even if we work in the cold, our hand will not freeze on the handle. It's very grippy because of the leather. We do not risk to lose the knife. The knife is very light. We cannot chop with it. I didn't even think about, because it's very, very light. As I said, it's about 94 grams. It's a very good camp knife. It's a very good knife for food prep and for doing little bushcraft notches for sharpening a tent peg, and for stuff like that. Is a knife that we can throw in our backpack, but is a must to be paired with an axe and a saw, because this knife cannot be used as a one tool option. But the knife is very pretty, the knife is very, very grippy, is very handsome, as I said, is very nimble. We can do very much tasks that required attention and a supple blade, a thin blade. Also, because of the sheath, the knife is something that stands out from the crowd. Overall, after I use it a bit, I'm very pleased with it. I can count on it, but it has its limitations regarding the dimension of the wood that we baton with, and the impossibility to use with a ferrocerium rod. But I can return to this knife every time that I know that I must use an axe and a saw, because it's very light, it's very nimble, and stays very well in the hand. That's all for tonight. I will test a knife in wood, and then I will show you what I can do with it. That's it for now. A good evening and a good week for all of you.